Hello again, everybody. We are back right here. We're going to be checking out something. This is sort of based on viewer requests and comments that have come through. I know a lot of you guys wanted to see Japanese meta, maybe top Japanese teams. So that's what we got going on today. I am Dr. Kendo, coming off of, probably almost 3 weeks there where I couldn't upload. I had COVID-19, was going fine, and then I pushed myself, and then it wasn't fine. Let me tell you that. So I think the recovery was a little bit longer for me than it is for a lot of other people, I'm going to assume, at least if your symptoms start out mild or whatever. Anyway, that's neither here nor there, is it? I want to thank a viewer that's been here from the beginning, I would say, at least from the early days. There was a time he actually recorded a match that had good morning. It was a really nice match, so many thanks to him. I haven't seen the full video of this, but he definitely, told me, hey, this is a great match that fits kind of what the viewers have been talking about. So let's see it, ladies and gentlemen. We got Squovit down here at the bottom lane, so sometimes, you might see the Squovit like in typical American meta or in typical other kinds of meta. Let's just call it that. It may not be exclusive to America. What do we call that? English meta? Is that what you guys want to say? Based off the English language, maybe? I don't know. That might be bad, too. It might disclude a lot of people. I think you guys know what I'm talking about, though, ladies and gents. We do have Wigglytuff right on the map, going to evolve here. But yeah, just thinking about, sometimes we've seen Greedent go through a lot of phases, I would say. So when you've got a Squovit right here, by the way, I call it Squovit. I know that sometimes they want to call it like Squavit, basically, at least in the anime. Look at this one, Brain X. So one team does have English usernames. That would be the orange team. So at least some of them we can call out with the language barrier. I don't know how to read the purple team's names. They are going to take these first bears. Just about to call them bees, everybody. Look at this Fletchling actually in a lot of trouble. I don't know what that was about because that Fletchling really was perhaps trying to draw attention away from the other orange team members who they did go down. That was the Dragonite for orange, which is now a Dragonair, we should say, but definitely still fell. And it might have been that Fletchling was trying to create that diversion. Hey, everybody, look at me. Don't go attack my allies, and then they would escape free. Unfortunately for them, nobody got away free from that skirmish. Definitely provided purple with plenty of experience, plenty of nice early KOs. That kind of also made it where they have 88 points now, so looking good on score. It's still very early on. You guys know this, of course. But look at that top goal. I mean, this is one thing about Japanese meta, and I know that many of you guys have said this, whether it's in comments or whether it's just in passing in any form. But if you are new to this idea, it's basically just an emphasis on scoring. You want to abuse that score shield, goal getter, 5 points, 6 points. And you can see that manifesting just all these point values, 10, again, something lower than that maybe, and that top goal right now almost about to go down. That really does exemplify this. Look at this Wigglytuff using rollout, so that's kind of interesting too. Nice takedown, presumably orange going for the citrus berries right there. Obviously could not make that. And of course, Lucario, we're getting to the camera just a little bit late, but Lucario is going to get that somewhat critical Zarina kill right there. This is nice from Crustle. Anytime that you see Crustles like this, it can get very annoying. We actually have witnessed this when I was doing a focus spectator mode. That video for Crustle, we saw a Crustle that basically invaded the other side's jungle early on, getting all the buffs, just essentially able to troll, steal everything. And we do have, obviously, the countdowns for our first objective boss Pokemon. That's going to be Rotom and Dreadnought, obviously. Lots of purple squad members already down here. They are ready for that, but we are seeing, of course, one on top. I was going to say for each squad, but you're noticing actually the Fletchinder, you're not sure which direction that would go in. They are just going to stay jungling right now, perhaps sneak somewhere that I can't predict at this moment, but we'll see it transpire all here really soon, as Dragonite for purple right now was really quick to be right at the Dreadnought spawn, maybe start hitting that right as it appears, but of course we're also getting a look at what's going on with Rotom, right? Zarina kind of having mostly the freedom, free reign to hit this Rotom up all by itself, but now Crustle going to go ahead, sneak up in that tall grass, is going to let itself be known. Zarina's taking this thing down, we're about 90% of the HP gone, and then that is actually going to be left side team going to get the Dreadnought, but Zarina is able to pull that victory out against the Rotom, and with this Crustle vying for it right there. Pretty nice overall. This is going to help Orange, especially on this top lane, where they look at that 1 point left. That's honestly a real desirable position to be in because that Talonflame right there gets 16 points. So when you're going to be able to break that goal and it just has 1 point on it, to overcap it with 16 points is great, if only one was going to break it. So very nice. Orange team somewhat staying in this, but you can see purple, just again with that emphasis on scoring goals and scoring those regularly. And there was actually a question as to whether this Lucario was going to still score with all of these orange squad members. I mean, there's 3-on-1 right here, and these are not always easy opponents right there. Look at that slipperiness right here from this Lucario player. Take the E-speed, take advantage. Again, slippery, the best explanation for that, because it was just, I'm this way, then I'm going to be that way, going off to the left, making a clean escape right here. And now we're going to see Crustle pull off the Unite. It's got the shield, going to go ahead and score this 30 in right there. Pretty much not going to be able to stop that if you were Orange Squad. already enough time had elapsed, but also keep in mind there was the use of the shields. And so with 30, that is going to put Purple Squad now at 265 to the 118 for Orange. So this is definitely, you can see it's an uphill battle right now for Orange to try to close that gap. We're in the mid-game, you know, and obviously a match like this is difficult where Purple has been putting that pressure on the entire time. Look at this. Very clutch, nice clean KO from Lucario. That is actually going to even out this team fight a little bit if Greedent's going to stick by. I don't know what's going on right there. Dragonite kind of had the sights on the Greedent. Wigglytuff going to get in this 15. And once again, that's for Purple. And so a viral 13. Is that how we're going to say this Wigglytuff's name right here for Orange? They actually do take out the Lucario with Talonflame, but we were going to say Wigglytuff stood by with the Sing. Definitely not without trying. Definitely for everything it was worth. Greedent stumbling on out of here. Gonna go ahead, grab a Citrus or two, it looks like, and maybe stop the Talonflame. I mean, that's 38 points. That would be valuable, but that Talonflame is gonna go ahead and fly out of there. Crustle, once again, for Purple, taking that orange farm that could be used on that top lane on the side, and you notice Zarina's like, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and just take out this Ice Cube, maybe prevent this from Crustle being able to score that. Notice, though, I mean, it's just a beast. Many props to Crustle, of course, for everything that we've seen so far, but I mean, look at everybody on the Purple squad, with the exception of Greedent, you know, all of them over-leveled just compared to the Orange squad right now, at least by one for most of the members. Now, we are seeing, of course, Orange Dragonite going to be bringing this Dreadnought on down to half, but it's getting a little bit dangerous when you've got Lucario right there for Purple, so luckily Wigglytuff is there to help, but we see Greedent barreling on in here. Throw down the Berry Belly Flop, that Unite move. Right side team still going to get that Dreadnought. Thank you to Zarina for that. It definitely got dicey, though. It was definitely contested, and majorly. Here we go with another 9 right now from Crustle. So all of these points, I mean, they've really added up, and this is something that I think is, again, we've highlighted it about twice now, but this is something that we can emphasize that's key with the Japanese meta in particular. That's not to say that other territories, other players from other countries are not going to do that too, but this is just something we can learn. Look at how they do it. Abuse the goal getters, abuse the score shield, whatever it is about scoring that's going to get you there. And we've just seen so many of those points. You know, occasionally it might be 30 or something like that, but usually it's about 16 or less being deposited for Purple, yet they are in a pretty good lead. Now, I am going to, of course, praise Orange a little bit for bringing this up to 252. So as Purple does continue to score, Orange is at least trying to fight back, keep this from being way too big of a gap. But I mean, you notice it just gets bigger and bigger as time goes on, and you just got to hope if you are Orange that you can keep on scoring as well, because if Purple's going to be scoring on you like this in this amount, you're going to need to get your scores in too. That's the thing about if they're 5 or 10, usually whoever you are, if you've got that score shield, you're going to last. But sometimes if you're relying on something else, and maybe it's Buddy Barrier or whatever, characters like Zarina, for example, have shields. That's where the 5s and the 10s, with those point values, they get deposited faster, but also your shield's likely not going to break for that, right? So of course we see Orange Dragonite right now with the 40. Definitely doesn't want to lose that, but look at how dangerous this is. You know, obviously Purple Dragonite looking for it, and then that is going to be the Unite move. We're going to see the shield on right here, sending the Hyper Beam on out, and wow, that is actually going to go in. So even the 40 right now, that's how nice it was to get the Unite move. You know, you're going to be a little bit faster, a little bit more powerful, but you get that Buddy Barrier. That Dragonite is now taken down, but the 40, it helps, right? Talonflame, going to ignore the terrain, always useful for that. We'll see Orange Greedent right now, going to go ahead and deposit some on the top lane. That's going to be a nice 7. Small, quick, easy, so we're just about to be 300 points for Orange. And so obviously see, with 2:17 on the clock right now, we do have just mere seconds away from the final stretch, and Articuno obviously being on the map. Now, there is enough time to get these objectives, but if they are contested, you know, if you're not just kind of soloing it with only your team, like let's say just only Orange, you know, it's going to be a lot harder. See, they were trying to get that Rotom right there, pulled off of it from the Crustle, and this is something we're going to see, you know, with Japanese meta, maybe playing in this game, especially this match, it is looking like this is going to unfold, but it's not all about the Articuno or Zapdos when it's not the snowy remote stadium. Wow, a 30 is going to go in from Wigglytuff right now, so this is where they are, I think, really going to be advantaged by these. It looks like smaller point deposits, and those point values that might be 15, well, it turned into a 30 like you just saw. And so if Crustal's going to score over there, that's going to be absolutely massive. That 47, yes, it is going to be double. 294 right here. Notice Talonflame, though, on the bottom goal is going to drop in that 43, which will double up in that final stretch. That's an 86. We're seeing that only Orange Dragonite is going to be on top of this Articuno until, of course, Purple Greedent comes in here. That's going to be a no. Greedent is not going to steal that and is actually going to fall right there. A little bit dangerous, or maybe a lot of bit dangerous. I mean, you're going to drop those points, but also now Orange has just one less beefy character to deal with, right? And now all of the goals are frozen, just like the Zapdos charge. Those are going to go in, no problem. So Orange Greedent right here looks like going to be evading that top goal. Maybe that's to let somebody else on the team have it. We're going to come back to that, but but it looks like green it will come back down to the center goal. Boom, drop that in. One thing that could be, as you can see, now they have actually, orange has overtaken it, even with the 60 from Crustal right now, so this is where it's going to get crazy, ladies and gentlemen, but possibly keeping that top goal, that purple top goal for orange, their strategy could be that now, with the goals not being charged, frozen, let's say, they will have that opportunity to maybe backcap some of those creeps that are on the top lane. Good on purple, maybe, who actually took those out. Now there's a chance, just as me trying to commentate everything that's going on and just, I can't see every single last thing, right? There's a chance that orange might have actually taken those when the goals were taken over by Articuno. The idea is that that goal may actually be just easier for you to get to now, and that ease of access is good without having the Articuno, but wow, look at that, you guys, just like this, with the last 10 seconds, are you kidding me? Maybe you could count it as last 15 seconds, but I don't know. Look, green ain't gonna get in 6, another 50. Purple squad has been absolutely insane in this last 20 seconds, but then there was a 42 by orange. That can't be enough, can it, for orange to come back? An absolutely devastating final stretch and final 20 seconds from purple. Right here, that will be a final score of 995 to 843. Ladies and gentlemen, what a series of goals and what a game. Notice that Dragonite and Crustal on purple right there, 300 points, 283. That is what it's all about, and really that last, again, 30 seconds or so, it was back and forth until we had purple squad. Congratulations for that victory. If you like videos like this in this kind of commentary, feel free to click an end screen on screen. Check out another one. I'll catch you guys on the next vid, and thanks for viewing.